This is a short tutorial on setting up your website using www.paco.org, my personal website, in Dreamweaver CS6. Once you launch Dreamweaver CS6, make sure that you can see your files on the right side or elsewhere in the screen. As long as you can see this Files tab that I'm pointing at here, click. Um, if you can't see the Files tab, click on Window and make sure that the Files selection has a check mark. What I'm going to do then is to create a new site inside of the program. I can do that by selecting the site icon or coming to the Files asset and asking it to manage sites. See, manage sites is available in this menu as well as the top menu, manage sites. I've already have some servers in my program. You don't need to worry about these. I'm just going to create a new one by clicking on new site. I'm going to give it a name. I'm just going to call it my first initial and my last name, and go ahead and do the same thing for yours. Use your first initial and your last name. For convenience sake, I'm going to select a local site folder on my desktop. Clicked on the folder past the selector, local site folder. Click on desktop to select your desktop. I'm going to create a new folder and call it F. Rodriguez. You call yours your first initial and your last name. I'm going to open that folder and select it. Next, I'm going to tell it where the server is, and the instructions that I had sent before are still the same. I'm going to click on the plus sign to add a new server. I'm going to name this server my first initial and my last name. I'm just using this over and over again so that I don't have any problems later saying, well, what did I call the server, what did I call the folder? It's all the same, so there shouldn't be any problems later. Connect using FTP. The FTP address that everybody will be using is www.paco.org. Everybody's username that I've selected is your first initial and your last name, so I'm using F. Rodriguez in my case. After I type in that username, I'm going to add at paco.org, the same line, so it looks like an email address, frodriguez@paco.org. It's not really an email address, it's just how the server identifies you. And for password, use your student ID. Typed in my student ID. You don't need the E in most cases. The class that meets in the building needs the E. If you're taking this course online, it's just your student number. I'm going to click test just to make sure that everything's okay. Dreamweaver tells me that it connected to my web server successfully. So I'm going to now save my options in both of these windows. Tell the server that I am done. In my files tab, I'm going to see that I have a new server called F. Rodriguez. I'm going to click on local view and click on remote server to connect to the FTP. I already have some of the files in there, so now I can see what's going on in my remote folder. This is actually what's on my website right now. If you have managed to put something on that server, you can download your site by clicking on the backslash and clicking on this down arrow to get files from remote server. I'm going to click the arrow. It's asking me, are you sure you wish to get the entire site? I'm going to click OK, saying yes, I want you to download the entire site, everything that's already there. It downloaded it to my desktop, and just to give you an idea, I'm going to open up that folder, and this is the folder on my desktop, and now I can see that the files that I'm working with online are saved safely and secure in my personal space in the computer. And that's how you set up your website.